Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me, in FLC.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the FLC Hangout, where your freedom lifestyle begins. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for who we have here today. As you can see, we have the amazing Catalina, who we've known each other for a while, but we've never actually properly been able to speak. So I'm really excited that you're here. Thank you so much. And we're kind of going to be going on the topic of positive mindsets, how to keep that mindset in difficult situations and challenges, because it can be really hard, right? It's easy to say just be positive, but when you're actually faced with those challenges, it can be really hard to stay positive. And also, I know you mentioned, a little bit about breath work too, which I'm really interested on as well. So I'm really excited. Before we get started, make sure you follow us all on Instagram. They're on the screens now and in the descriptions below. And without further ado, Misty, over to you.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We're so super excited to bring you another amazing episode with another hot topic. And we are so super excited for you to be here, Catalina. We have been looking forward to this for a long time now, because we know your value and we cannot wait for you to be able to share how amazing you are, excuse me, and all your value with our followers. So just to get us a little bit started, and so people can kind of get to know you a little bit better, you want to kind of introduce yourself and kind of explain a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Right now, well, my name is Catalina Stafford, and I am currently in a resting state. And I say that because I was working, and I was working really, really hard and long hours, and now I just let the universe do whatever. I just let it all in the universe's hands, and I'm not working right now. I'm literally on hiatus. So but in that process, I am working on myself and working on my health, which is probably the main thing right now that I need to focus on is my health and my well-being. So yeah, I'm just going with the flow, enjoying life as much as I can. What else do you want to know about me? I'm sorry.
Well, you're fine. No, you don't have to apologize at all. You had mentioned that you're on hiatus and you're in resting mode, and I want to congratulate you on that, because like you said, you work hard, and a lot of times that people don't take that time to rest and to do the self-care, and I want to congratulate you on that and say a big hoo-ha-hoo. I think it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I think that some of us can take a page out of your book, because we need to realize how important self-care is, and how important, yes, working hard is important, but how much more important is it for us to take that time to rest and to take our self-care very seriously? Because without us being in that rested, refreshed mode and having that self-care, we can't go out and do our jobs, which impacts so many people. And so I really want to commend you on that. And I really want people to know that, because when I was growing up, I always looked at my mother as, my mother was an amazing person. But because I'm her kid, I always thought, I don't want to be anything like her. I can't stand this about her. She always told me, you have to take care of yourself. You have to put yourself first. And I always thought that was selfish. So I didn't want to do that. I can't do that. That's selfish. I'm not going to be selfish. I don't want to be a selfish person. So I ended up the opposite. I'm a people pleaser and I try to give too much of myself. And now that I'm older, I'm learning, okay, wait a minute, you got to slow down. Mom was right. You have to take care of yourself, because if you don't, you can't help other people and take care of them. So I really get that. And I want people to know it is very okay. It is not selfish to have self-care and to rest. You have to have that, because without that and having your mind fresh, having your body and your energy recharged, you're not going to be able to sustain mobility for long, right? You're not able to sustain that productivity for long. So I think it's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And also, sorry, Misty, I know you have a question. It's like you said, it's so important, and you are the foundation of your success. If you're not working properly, nothing else can. You can't build on top of a weak foundation. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
There was a question I had, and now I'm playing a Misty because I forgot it.
No worries, I'll put it out. About the keeping.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that, growing up, I've always had this mentality that I am superwoman and I can take care of everybody and, anything. And that's okay. You want to be strong. You want to be a strong woman, but you could take it a little too far, and you can end up really sick doing something like that, and it's always good to get that break. And unfortunately for me, I ended up getting sick, so that kind of pushed me into that that break, and so take care of yourself. It's like you guys have been saying, take care of yourself. It's so important. And we need to teach our kids this too, especially, both, our sons and daughters. We need to teach them, either way, take care of yourself.
Yeah. And I really agree with that, because I learned the hard way. I'm a caregiver, so then I over deliver and I only think about other people. And that really started taking a toll on me physically and mentally. And now I've just gotten to where I have to find a new way of doing this and being able to help people and take care of them, because I just can't do it anymore. It's just too much. I'm physically hurting myself and making myself sick. So my question is a little bit a different topic, is how, when people are coming across those challenges and the lack of motivation and stuff, what are some ways that you recommend for them to do in order to stay positive in those situations, to be able to work through that?
So first thing that comes to mind is your tribe. Make sure you have people that will support you and encourage you and be there for you, because it's hard when you don't. It really is. It's hard when you don't have the people to back you up. And, they just expect you to keep on going, and, in all honesty, you guys were my tribe. When Tjibaria said, we are family for life, like I took that to heart, because I really have felt like I have been here alone for many years. And I found people that were like me, and I'm a happy person, you know. I want to please everybody. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be healthy and all that. But in the process, the people that I was surrounding myself with was just, um you know, it was not very good. So, you know, I would strongly say, find your tribe, find somebody, find people that'll encourage you and and you know, help you out. And you know, if you can't find anybody, and this was my situation because I live out in the country, and
Mhm.
you know, we're very, you know, spread apart, you know, families spread apart, and you know, friends are spread apart. We're not close to each other. So
Yeah.
like, who did I have to turn to, you know? So you know, I found Eric Ho, Master Sri
Yeah.
Akarshana, years ago, and I was like, yes, this is what I need. This is, you know, this is what I need. And I've been following him. Then Tjibaria came along, and then I just, you know, I just moved my way out. And when I say move my way out, because I don't have the people here, the physical people here.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I would go online and I would find like Dr. Joe Dispenza because my health was so poor. You know, I was trying to find, you know, a doctor that could help me out. Um, you know, people that would help me think better. And because I was in a very dark place um, a few years ago, and you know, I just found these people online. And when I say online, I mean like on YouTube, or some were on Facebook. Obviously, Tjibaria and the FLC family is on Facebook. So it was mostly that. But yeah, yeah, I would have to say, you know, find yourself some encouraging videos, books, and people that will help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. I know Misty is also very eagerly nodding her head because I know that she says as well, whenever she's feeling down, she'll go into the smile group and look at everyone's videos there. And it really is, it's like without like-minded people around you who are not only like-minded, but also are going to support you on your goals. If you tell them you want to do this, they're going to say, okay, go for it. I could tell
Right.
the FLC family the craziest thing that I want to do, and they would all be like, okay, go for it. Like, you can do it. So without that, you're truly going to, if you're around people who are constantly telling you the opposite of what you believe, or constantly telling you that your goals are unachievable, or you shouldn't be doing this in life, you're going to start to believe it. It doesn't matter how
Right.
powerful your mindset is. If everyone around you, your tribe, is telling you different, you're going to start to believe it and you're going to conform to that. So definitely that is really important, and I'm really glad that you shared that. And also thank you for saying that about the FLC family too, and we're very happy that you're here. And
Oh, yes, of course.
yeah, so I also want to know, you mentioned a little
Absolutely.
bit, yeah, you mentioned a little bit about the health side. So how, kind of, maybe how did it go for you, or how can you give any tips to anyone else to stay happy and stay healthy while also maybe going for their goals? And what does that mean to you? And is it different for everyone? I'm curious.
Right. So, my health has always been um, I say it's always been a priority, but other people were my priority, you know. But you know, my health was up there too, but I didn't realize that I was hurting myself.
Yeah.
Um, so either way, um, I I did end up getting really sick, and I was going to the doctor, quite a bit on a weekly basis. I had so many issues. I had brain aneurysm, heart issues, blood pressure, sugar, thyroid cancer, fibromyalgia, other stuff. And so I was going on all these kinds of medications, and I had issues with going on medications, and um I struggled with it. Like I really did. I struggled with going to the doctors and taking all this medication. I was upset because I didn't want to have my thyroid removed. And they said they'll take half of it for now. The other half we'll leave it alone, but eventually it'll have to come out. And I really struggled with it, and that was at my lowest point. And I was like ready to, okay, end game here. This is it. I'm done. And then that's when I found Eric Ho, and then he went on his journey to become Master Sri Akarshana. I followed him, and through the process, somehow I don't know how, but Dr. Joe Dispenza fell in my lap, and his story was amazing, and everything that I have to backtrack a little bit. I'm sorry. The other thing is
No
like
worries.
when it comes to health, it has to be scientifically, like if you're going to give me an alternative way to heal my body, or an alternative medicine, you have to prove to me that it works.
Yeah.
And so with Dr. Joe Dispenza, I was listening to his story and listening to everything that he was talking about, and it was backed up by science. It all has to do with neuroscience, and right down to, I mean, he is like spot on, and with all his proof when it comes to the breath work. And so, at first I was like, breathing, I can't breathe. I could barely breathe. I was like, I had asthma and just was having issues. I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. But just listening to him and reading his books, and just he said that it takes 21 days to actually have the habit set in. And I was like, okay, so I'll do it for 21 days. And I struggled, and I struggled, and I struggled, but I didn't give up. I definitely did not give up. So I just continued doing the breath work, and in all honesty, I've gone off all my medications, and I'm not 100%, but I'm way, way better than what I was. And a lot of it has to do with the way you think too. If you think that you're sick, you're going to be sick. If you have to change your mindset, do your deep breathing, spend, as soon as you wake up, take some deep breaths, thank God, show gratitude. You woke up that day, which was a big thing for me, because I would go to bed and always ask myself, am I going to wake up in the morning? Oh, I apologize. My dogs. I apologize.
That's
okay. We have animals too, so it's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yours are quiet though. But
Right now,
like
give it time.
So but now it's fairly easy. The meditations are, I mean, you start out small, and I say meditations, it's breath work and meditation at the same time. And you start off small, and then eventually, he does it for 2 hours. I haven't gotten that far. I'm 45 minutes and I'm good. You
I'm
know,
lucky if I can do 2 seconds. I
but
just
yeah,
get like
so,
the attention span of a gnat.
well, I struggled with the monkey brain. I could not, like, my brain would not shut down, like, be quiet, zip, nothing. And now I'm getting really good at it though. All I have to do is just acknowledge and let it go. And yeah, so I don't know if that answered the question. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. We have a no sorry policy. There's nothing for you to be sorry
Okay.
about, because everything that you say has somebody else needs to hear it. That's why you have the urge to say it. So never apologize for that. Now, if you're going to say something in a negative way or be kind of harsh about it, then maybe there's an apology needed. But otherwise, I don't believe in giving apologies when you're saying something and you're telling somebody something in a positive way that can impact them in a positive way, because there's a reason for it. They need to hear it. Somebody needs to hear what you have to say, because you don't know what they're going through. Maybe they're going through the same things you went through. Maybe they're going through worse. Maybe they're going through better, but they need to hear it. There's a lesson in that they need
Right.
to get from that. So never say sorry, especially on here, because we have a no sorry policy. I start charging $50 every sorry. I'm just kidding. I really don't, but I could.
I'll be good.
But I wanted to see if, and I don't know if you can answer this or not, but I'm really curious because I was watching Master Sri Akarshana when he started teaching the breath work. In fact, his video that he has on YouTube on how to do the breath work and get started with all of that. Like I said, I have the attention span of a gnat, and I tried to sit there and go through it. And I think the video is maybe only 5 minutes long, and I couldn't do it. So for the people who don't know what breath work is, I guess it's a two-part question. Can you kind of explain a little bit of what the breath work entails, what it is? And then maybe give a little bit of how just the breath work itself has impacted your life.
Okay. Well, I don't know that I can give a good uh, description of what breath work is. I do know that as life goes on I'm not going to say for everybody, because there's a lot of people that do know about the proper way to breathe.
Yeah.
I never realized it, but I used to breathe through my lungs and fill up my lungs and let it out. But that's not how it goes. You breathe from your stomach and out. As a matter of fact, I think Master Sri Akarshana is the one who said it too, is if you watch a baby, you could see their belly go up when they breathe
Expand
in
and contract.
and
Yeah.
then, back down. Right. Yeah. So that taught me a lesson. And, I've kept that lesson with me. It's hard at first. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely, if you're not used to it's gonna be hard. The thing is don't give up. I'm stubborn. I want to know how to do it and I want to do it right. So I will do it, I'm not going to say I've perfected it, but I do it and I do it the best that I can. And I know that it's working because, I feel the difference in my body, and I could see that I'm healing and I'm feeling much better. My head is clear. I mean, I went from migraines on a daily basis to not having migraines for probably a good year now. Like, things have totally
Wow.
changed from doing this. Breathe in through your nose, take a deep breath, through your nose, fill up your stomach. But when you're breathing in, also, like, like if you have your feet flat on the ground and you sit up straight or you're standing, think of a straw. You're pulling up the energy from the ground, from Mother Earth, if maybe the center of the earth, and breathing it, filling yourself up with good energy and air, and then hold it for a few seconds and then let it out. And I like to do this outside when the weather is nice, even when the weather is but as I'm doing this, I'm giving gratitude to the sun, because the sun is shining on me, and it comes up every day for us. It comes up every day for us, and it shines regardless. I mean, even on cloudy days, it's still shining behind those clouds, you know.
Mhm.
If it's raining, thank you for the rain, because we need the rain. If we didn't have the rain, the trees would be dying, the grass would be dying. We need the trees and the grass for oxygen, and the beauty of it alone. You just be grateful for the little things. And I mean, that's what I've been surviving on, is those things. I could have nothing in my possession, but if I see the mountains, if I see the trees, the sun, the sky, the birds, like all that, I am grateful for. It, we didn't. God could have said, well, nah, we're gonna have just a plain, dreary looking planet, but he didn't. We got all this here to be grateful for, and but yeah. So as I'm sorry, I got off track there with the breath work, but I mean, that's how it affects me, and it just brings me closer to, I would say, God or source, the universe. It just gets me closer and in touch.
Yeah, love it. And I definitely feel that as well. I don't do breath work enough, but when I do, I definitely feel that. I feel so different, and I should do it more. And you've inspired me to do it more. So thank you. And also, can we just give a who as well for the journey you've been on and where you are today? I think that's absolutely amazing. And yeah, we need to celebrate that. So absolutely. Let's
Yes.
go. But it comes back right to the looking after yourself. If you can't take at least 5 minutes a day in the morning, 5 minutes of your 24-hour day. I know you're sleeping for a little bit of it, but bear with me. 5 minutes to look after you. Do some breath work. Do something that makes you feel good in the morning, and it's going to change everything around you. Like the more you fill your cup, the more you can fill others. And I know, like you both said, being a people pleaser, you're running empty. Like you're down here, and how do you expect to fill other people's cups if you're down here, kind of thing. So definitely take. I want to encourage you listening right now, to take that 5 minutes. If you're not, take 5 minutes. If you are, great. Maybe, are you consistent at it? Are you doing it every day? If you're not, do it every day. I challenge you to take that, do some breath work, do some journaling, do whatever you need. But yeah, so thank you so much for that. I do have a little question as well. Do you have anyone you recommend the videos on? Is it just Master Sri Akarshana that you are watching on this, or is there anyone else you can recommend?
Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've read I've read 4 of his books, and they've all, like I said, they're all backed up by science. And I would, especially those that are ill, and mostly for those that are ill, with anything, I would just strongly recommend him. watch his videos on YouTube. You can go on Audible and, grab a couple of his books or something if you don't like reading, or if it's easier, when you're driving. He's got meditations, and, it's all awesome. Yeah, that is one person that I would recommend. Yeah.
Good, amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. You answered my question. You answered all our questions and more. And also, don't say sorry again. That's £50.
Oh, I will do my best.
It's really hard to stop saying sorry. I mean, especially when you're like in the tribe of the FLC, everybody says sorry. We're all so kind and loving and caring for other people and respectful that we constantly are saying sorry, and everybody's always saying, don't say sorry, never apologize. And we're also like, okay, sorry. And it's even Tjibaria says it too, but we mess around with that all the time. So no worries. So, I just as we're gonna go to wrap up here, I really like, and again, I want to thank you for being here. I want to commend you. You have come such a long way, and you look great. You sound amazing. I really am thankful to you and to God and the source that you've chosen to take a break and take care of yourself. And so you can be here to help impact other people. We know you're going to go really far and do so well. And we're here for the journey with you. So on that note, is there anything that you guys would like to say to kind of wrap up? Any advice or tips or anything you guys would like to give to people listening?
Ooh. Can I go first, Catalina?
Sure. Oh, me?
Yeah. Yes, first. Let's go.
First of all, thank you. Yeah, first of all, thank you. I've never done this before, and it really did excite me. And so and I do love you guys so much. So thank you so much. But yeah, as far as encouraging, I mean, that's my goal. I just want to help people, and I want them to be happy. That's my goal. I want to help people become happy and not miserable anymore, and just help them go through their daily life in a better way. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's a fantastic goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I just want to say again, thank you. And you being here and you taking the time to do this and talk with us and answer our questions, you've definitely, anyone watching, definitely, I'm going to speak for them, I'm going to speak for you right now, has helped them. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And like we said at the beginning, and we've said this before on here, you need to look after you. You need to build that strong foundation, like mentally, physically, before you can start building on that and start giving to others even too. So I really want to encourage anyone listening or watching to take some time to work on you. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, Catalina. It's been a real pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It was wonderful seeing you girls in live. Hopefully someday in real life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess I want to say that we talk a lot about mindset, right? And we're talking about self-care and taking that time to really rest and to take care of yourself and knowing how important that is. Okay, mindset and choosing how your life is going to be and the way you're going to think, whether it be positive or negative, and realizing exactly that it is a choice can be pretty difficult. And self-care, like I said, for me, self-care has been a struggle all my life because I've always looked at it as being selfish, when in reality it's not being selfish, because it's more selfish to not have self-care and take care of myself than it would be to take care of myself. So that being said, I think that criminally, another Misty, oof, it's gone. Do this a lot. But you know, what it was I was gonna say is, what is self-care? What is care in general? Okay, caring for a person, whether it be you or somebody else, is caring for the entire being, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, right? You have to take care of the entire being. And if you're not being taken care of in your entirety, it's like Josie's mentioned with the cup. If you're on empty and you're not taking care of your complete vessel, you cannot take care of somebody else. And then in turn, it starts to affect you, not only emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. You end up getting hurt, you get sick, it affects everything, your entire being. So take the time out, guys. Work on the mental part of it. Work on every aspect of taking care of you as a human being. If you have to look at it as if, okay, I need to do self-care, but I don't want to call it self-care, I'm going to pretend I'm taking care of somebody else. I'm just using their body, and do it that way. And then work into, this is my body, this is me, and it's okay for me to do this. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today's episode of the FLC Hangout. We hope that you found our discussion informative and engaging. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a comment or your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes, topics. We value your feedback and would love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family who might find it helpful. We want to be sure to get this channel out there to help as many people as possible to reach their freedom lifestyle, which in a lot of times has to start with a mindset and self-care. So we'll be back with another episode on Sunday. So stay tuned and keep learning. And from all of us here at FLC, welcome to the family, where once you're family for life. So see you guys. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.